Yes, guys, welcome from me. This is Championship Manager 0102, part 14 of the 7-Up. Now, we're not going to be any more advanced than part 13 was, because you may recall what the breaking news was in part 13. But I've got a spare 10-15 minutes, so we are going to fire out some continues on this. Now, remember what the breaking news was in part 13? We've taken over Deportivo La Coruña. And just to remind you, when we took that over was literally 3 days ago. So the interesting thing is here is we've got to do some buying. We have got plenty of buying. Just got to look at certain players. Oh man, the values of them goes up though. It's immense, isn't it? It's crazy. I've got to even remind myself now what formation I'm playing. So it looks like we're playing... So I remember we had a Barcelona game, didn't we? Yeah, of course we did. I couldn't remember. We had a game at Barcelona. What am I talking about? We can't buy anybody anyway, can we? Till the window opens on the 15th. Okay, so let's see if we can get to the 15th, get over the line. So, the next chapter... it's been quite a whirlwind of a 7-Up challenge, to be honest with you. A lot better than what I anticipated. As you can see, just to recap there, Liverpool. At the end of Season 1, we completed the game with Liverpool. We won the league and the Champions League. We went to England. We then joined Paris Saint-Germain a few days after joining England. PSV, Hanover, and then, of course, having won the World Cup with England... and won the title of Hanover. We are in Spain. We won the Champions League with PSV as well as Liverpool. We didn't with PSG or Hanover. We didn't really have much of a Champions League assault for Hanover because Hanover. So we were about 2 seasons, weren't it? Close to 2 seasons. Okay, so we're getting rid of a lot of players that we're not going to need. Yeah, it looks like I've just thought of a player. It was on my game with... I've just thought... Oh, maybe not. That's the guy. Is that the guy? Oh, he's moved, isn't it? Oh. Oh, maybe not. Oh, okay. So, we have got to do some signings. We've got some work to do. Let's just see if we've got anybody... I don't think we've got anybody confirmed, have we? Oh, we have... Yeah. Oh, of course we did. Yeah, I remember now. Oh, of course we did. Yeah, what am I talking about? We got Sigalko coming. We got Marvin Andrews coming. We got Roy Carroll. The great Roy Carroll. Who's this guy? Okay, Georgian. He's not great, is he? He's cheap. Yeah, he's a free transfer. He's not great at all. We're not going to get worldies. You know, we are not going to get worldies. That is a fact. Okay then, so match 2 then. I say match 2, this is going to be our second game. Just to remind you guys, we had a very, very credible draw against Barcelona. Whilst I've named one less substitute, I think it's fine. It's not a massive issue. But you'd fancy us really, wouldn't you? You'd fancy us to do something against Deportivo. Palermo, always a prolific striker. I mean, you look at back to over here. 8-5-3, great season. 8-3-8 there, 43 goals. Yes, he's 33 now, but we've certainly got some strikers coming in. We just need to keep the composure, I feel. We've got 2 central midfielders going on, haven't we? Oh, Galergo, bring this... do you know what? No, I'm not going to bring that Galergo in. Not at 1-0. We desperately need some depth. You know, there are some good players we've got, but it's about depth. Just to remind myself, we're not in Europe. Oh, fuck off, and that's why. I didn't want to make the substitute and bring on a fucking 17-year-old kid unnecessarily. If Palermo can get us over the line until we get to the window, then Sigalko can come in. But Palermo, yeah, great result. And we started bottom of the table, remember? Was it bottom? It was. No, it weren't. No. We started with 4 draws. And that was it, weren't it? We've had 2 games and we've won it. So whatever it was we started at, let's just No, we didn't start bottom, did we? But we started with only 4 points. So we have picked up as many points in 2 games than what Deportiva had the whole season. So the great escape, I wouldn't call it the great escape, to be honest with you, but we are really going for it. This is going to be an exciting part of the game, I think it's fair to say. How much are we paying for him? Free transfer? Oh, of course, it's not free transfer at all. It's because of the unprotected contract. What's that? What's he just... Okay, well, I'm going to defend... it's always difficult sometimes to know. Your assistant has reported that Mura has redoubled his efforts and he believes that it's probably a attempt by the player. Yeah, I think you've always got to defend the player sometimes. There are certain things... Oh, I've got another one coming in. Okay. There are certain things where you need to go against what the press is saying. And I remember getting this on one of my long-term saves before on the ODB, and it was Mark Kerr. Mark Kerr was on the market at his own request, wanted to move to a bigger club. And then it came up that he's been doing really well. And I praised him, right, as you do. And it came up from the chairman that I shouldn't have praised him because he might get too big for his boots or words to that effect. And I'm like, hang on a minute, I've never had that. And I think it was because he was on the market at the time. That's the only thing I can imagine it was. Another player then. So we've got a lot of players. Well, looks like we've got a lot of players. I think we better make sure we've got fucking room in the club. So we need to just check our... Let's just see if we've got any real shit players that we can just fuck off. Just from a space perspective. Okay. Not sure how quickly we can do this. If we can... Before I've only got about 5-10 more minutes. But I'd like to get to the 15th of December if we can. We've not got no European football. So it's going to be at least, a bare minimum, it's going to be 18 months, I think, at Deportivo. Just over a year and a half. Oh, that's a good player, isn't it? Okay, that's an important goalkeeper. I mean, we literally needed fucking everything. You can see I wanted a goalkeeper because I've transfer listed my current. It's important not being in Europe because if I was in Europe and I want to fuck off my whole team, then I'm going to have nobody for the second part of Europe in the new year. I'll reassess all the transfers after the 15th when the window opens. But we are clearly going to be bringing in a complete new set. Now, I always like... I like it when people critique me. People say... Don't understand why you do that, and I like to explain it, right? Now, there was 2 things that I was told upon. You fuckers know who you are. So I was told, why don't I man mark? Why don't I man mark? Because I don't. Here you go. I've never really... Oh, for fuck's sake. I've never really done man marking on the game. 15 years of age. I can't put a 15-year-old on, can I? But like Jimmy Savile managing the team. I've never really done the man marking, and I think I did on the update. Now, the truth be told, particularly on the ODB vanilla, as in no patches, AI never used man mark. So it's almost like if they're not sophisticated enough to use man mark, then I shouldn't either. Not that it would give me an unfair advantage, because I don't believe it does. It's just my own perspective of never using man mark. My opinion in terms of the football world, man mark is obviously you either manage man mark or you don't. I believe in man marking an area, so going zonal. You know, that left back slot, that is your area. You are fucking accountable for it, cunt. And you know, I'd like to think in reality, obviously, if a team in real life do zonal and a player gets past them, then you need to go, or someone's being like Haaland. Someone's got a man mark Haaland. You've got to play against a team, which probably contradicts what I'm saying, but it's just a self-preference. So, for that guy that said, fuck you. Okay, the next observation was that I don't look at the games. And I think this is I had this debate with an unmentioned Dutchman ages ago about micromanaging. I'm not one to micromanage, microanalyze, as in, it isn't me. I don't believe that the game is sophisticated enough to warrant it. That is just my opinion, and it's my opinion, so if you don't like it, there you go. That's just my opinion of, it's like, and also, with that in mind, my team is set up. I think maybe I should just put a second sub in, shouldn't I? Just to make up the fucking numbers, I think, maybe. Yeah, we'll just chuck him in. So, I don't really... I mean, I'm playing that formation. I'm playing that setup. That's a fact. I'm not changing that. Someone said about why don't I ever look at my opponents? I don't need to. I play my way and I don't adjust to theirs. Let them adjust to me. Does that make sense? That's my perspective. So I've looked at markers. So they're not marking any of my players. So this is what I mean. That's not always strictly true. They do sometimes mark players, particularly in the updates I find. There's a lot more man marking from AI than what there is on ODB. Anyway, so that was just to clear up a couple of questions, observations. But, for fuck's sake, I get so angry when I concede, don't I? That right winger, I just fucking... Right, well, he can come on. I'm absolutely desperate to get my players in. And I guess, to an extent... so I've been disallowed. I think, to an extent, it's quite exciting, almost. It's quite exciting in respect of I'm going to have to work with what I've got. Come on, for fuck's sake! It's quite exciting that I've got to wait and deal with what I've got and just hope that I can, I don't know, crawl out of relegation with what I've got. I'm not crawling out of relegation with this shit show. I mean, we've been the better team, but... Okay, we are beating at Real Sociedad. And we are still in that bottom three, obviously. Objective this season, well, firstly, it's to get out that fucking bottom end of the table. We've got a lot of work to do. I'd like to think it will take a big push when the window opens. We've obviously lost our right back there. 4-game ban, really? What the fuck did he get sent off for? Four-game ban's a little bit... That's why. I can't even... do you know what? I can't even... It's because I press continue. I can't even appeal it, can I? That is ridiculous. That really is. I'm not even going to bother finding him because I can't be bothered. I just want to hurry the fucking game up and get to the 15th of December. Sigalko will be a big game changer, I think. I've got no reason to believe that I will not get relegated or Deportivo. Should I be struggling at the bottom, I probably won't last the season. I'll probably give me my first ever sacking on CM. I don't think I've ever had a sacking on CM. I'm pretty sure I haven't. If you have, share it with us. Share the story with us. I do know that when I had my six-man game and six-man network game, Pep was sacked as manager of Man United. And because it was a network game, you can't rage quit. So he ended up applying and got the Inter Milan job and fucked off to Italy. And the rest of us stayed in England, which was quite funny at the time because he's sort of like, the competition weren't as fierce. Okay, so we are going to have to make a change there. I'm not changing formation. I'm not going to be coming away. This is what, as you can see, this is the boom tactic. How many more games have we got? We've still got a lot of games to go. We desperately need a victory. I mean, it'll be such a boost of confidence for me, for the club, for the team. Come on! Of all players, he's one of my best players as well. Fuck's sake. So fucking frustrating. Absolute ridiculous. I don't even know if I've revamped my staff. I don't think I have yet. So that's probably my own doing in respect of injuries. I know whether I've got 3 physios or not will make no difference on a player getting injured during a game. But this is so fucking irritating. I have actually got Palermo transfer listed. I have listed him for a reason. If I can cash in on a 33-year-old, whilst I know I've got strikers arriving, okay, that is a massive, massive victory. I'll stop fucking crying. And we are out of the bottom three. We are out of the bottom three. Now, I just saw a minute ago that they're down there, aren't they? They are down there, Valencia. So it's another sleeping giant, I think it's fair to say. Because let's face it, Deportivo and the ODB should not be where they are. They needed to call in a specialist. And here I am. Here I am. 3 weeks for Guti. Jesus Christ. Okay, so we've got no... I mean... This really is absolutely fucking outrageous. It really is. I mean, I'm playing players out of position. Do you know what? Fuck it. Go on then. You can go. You can go. I've given you a platform to get you move. He's now turned 34 since I took over. Because let's face it, right? I don't want Palermo to hear this, right? But he ain't going to be playing when the window opens, right? So here we go. Like I say, I just want to race this to the 15th of December and just get a little bit of excitement with our team. Some of the players you may question, you will question. I think everybody questions a player for one reason or another. They've not had a good run of him, or they can't get the best out of him, or I shouldn't have got him. I've just thought of a player, actually. Just dawned on me. He's not even on my short arm, he's moved, and I ain't getting this guy. Unless he's out. It's just, yeah, right, okay, let's just, I don't know, I'll put that in. I don't think, you know, I've just thought of another one. I've got to remember, right, that I am well into the game, several seasons into the game. Certain players turn into good players. Oh, he's at Hanover. Of course he is, he's at Hanover. Okay, straight into this next game. Let's just see how many more games we've got. If we can fire in 3 more quick games. Mallorca against Deportivo. We need something special. Away from home. I mean, we've got a 2-2 draw, a deserved draw, at least a draw we deserve, at Barcelona. Now, let's be honest, right, there's going to be only one tougher game than going to Barcelona this season, and that, as you know, will be Real Madrid. You saw that Mallorca had a disallowed goal there, the bastards. Okay, we're going to bring on our 17-year-old kid, Galergo. I've got no choice. I've got no choice but to use all resources available to me. We are winning. Oh, man, come on. The bottom line is, right, it's quality that's killing me here. It really is quality that is killing me. We are beaten and we remain out of the relegation, providing Racing don't draw their game. Okay. This really is going to be fucking crazy, isn't it? Part of me hopes I get not hopes I get knocked out of the cup, but won't be. Oh man, I don't want to offer him a new contract, to be honest with you, but he's one of the strong. I mean, I'm going to lose him for free at the end of the season if I don't. We'll play it by here. So we have got 2 more games, guys, to get through, and then we'll get to the 15th. Racing Santander. Shit, I wasn't even paying attention. I was just putting a hand signal to my wife. I need to do see where Racing Santander are. Did they play? They haven't played yet. Okay. Just remember, we're at December. Like a bit of rhyme there. Just remember, we are at December. We're gonna have the Bosmans available. I doubt very little is going to be interested in me. Very much, shall I say. Very much going to be interested in me. But who knows. And you've probably just got my wife in the background there just going outside. In case you're wondering what the movement is. Okay, so it looks like we've got a live game here then. Home to Tenerife. I've got no choice really but to just play the same lineup. What can I do? I'm using fucking children left, right and centre. Now, that is probably a bad choice of word. I think it's fair to say. So Santa Maria can go on the right side. Yeah. He can go on the left side. Yeah, what can I do? Deportivo versus Tenerife. Home. We're at home. We need that. We need that. I don't know. Does home advantage give you a goal advantage almost? If it does, I want it. So we need to be 2-0 up by half time. We are winning 1-0 at the break. And I'm not prepared to make any changes. For the benefit of that... Oh, for fuck! Come on! Oh, it's not me. I thought it was me. Right. Sorry, I apologise. So I was going to say, for the benefit of those people questioning me not looking at my opponents, that's what that... Do you know what? I fucking feel a bit stupid there. So yeah, they're playing a Wibwob goalkeeper, 4-4-2. And are they man marking anybody? No, they're not. So, we are 2 up. Job done. Oh, God. Oh, fucking hell. If it weren't for the fact there was people in this room, I would fucking bang the table. I swear to fucking God. Okay, so, forget, I'm trying to put the injuries aside and the fact that we're getting victories and we are up another place. We are above Valencia. Look at that. Another 1 or 2 more victories could really, really change things. It really could. It's really helping in that we're not having more than 1 game. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? Whoa. Do you remember this guy from Hanover? He's blasted the club. He has blasted the club, and we've got to keep an eye on that guy. I don't think we're going to have the sort of money, but the fact that he's blasted him may trigger somebody else to go in for him. I'm not sure. This is cup game now, isn't it? Okay, so Poyle can play. Who did I just take out? Okay. Right. Oh, shit. Racing. Quickly, before it comes off. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, they rejected it. I mean, that was always likely to happen when it was. So we're down to 16th. It looks like Racing got a draw. Not down 16th. Valencia, it looks like Valencia lost then, did they? Valencia lost, which is, well, great news. Racing drew. So, okay. So we've got our cup game now. Sean Gregan. We all remember Sean Gregan, don't we? Djordjic. Now, we went for him. Do you remember? We went for him. He's not even interested in us, is he? So, we've got, what did I say we got? We've got 1 more game to go, and on the 12th, and then we'll just race to the 15th and get the deals through. Fuck you then, Djordjic. He can turn into a great player. If he stays at Man United and gets some game time. Okay, here we go then. Zaragoza. And I'll shock horror. We've got yet another injury in the middle of the park. So I don't even think... So now we're going to have to play our fucking child. Do you know what? I'm not playing that fucking kid. I'm just going to stick an out of position right winger in the middle of the park. So what I'm saying, so Deportivo Zaragoza are the league leaders of the 2nd tier. As I said, if we were to go out, it wouldn't be no massive issue. For the simple reason, having 1 game every week certainly helps. That being said, if we can advance and have a good cup run, who knows? Maybe a backdoor entry into Europe next season. Who knows? But look at that. We have absolutely dominated this first half. And this could be the story of Deportivo so far this season. Dominating games and just not claiming the victory. And this is where it's going to make all the difference with Zagalko in the lineup. You know, someone that can put these shots away. I mean, come on. Look at the shots. And we really don't want extra time. But we're going to have it. For fuck's sake. Palermo can't manage extra time. Do you know what? Fuck them. They can deal with it. Are we... Unreal, isn't it? Unreal. Unreal. We're going to penalties. We are going to penalties. Yep. Brilliant. Fucking brilliant. Look at those stats. So let's just stick it on very slow then. Here we go. 1-0. 1-0. 2-0 to Zaragoza, of course. There you go. Unbelievable, isn't it? Absolutely unbelievable. Fucking winds me up so much. So we've got no more games now. Well, we've got a game on Sunday, but we're not going to have that game. But we are going to get to the window being opened. Now, just half expect some of these deals to get pulled. So we've got plenty of deals coming. Fucking stacks of deals coming. And I can't fucking wait. I really can't. We've got some quality players coming. Quality players in comparison to what we've got already at Deportivo. You know, a good kitty bank-wise to work with as well. So we've not gone stupid. We've not gone stupid with our buys, like spending silly money. We've looked at the players unprotected. So you know, so it's capped almost. We've not paid silly money. I'd only pay silly money for a silly player. Zagalko is not a silly player because, you know, if I could get him, he was unhappy. So here we go, the 15th, we are here. It's a transfer has opened, the window has opened, and this is the exciting part since I joined Deportivo. And fuck you then. Okay, the transfer deadline has been lifted. Here we go. And there's one that's gone cancelled straight away. Look at that. What a fucking wanker. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to actually move him into the seniors quickly, though. See if there's anyone. We've got loads. Do you know what? Should we just do this? Should we just do that and take it as a... Okay, so there you see. Deals are going to get cancelled, and that's one of them. Let's have a look now at our deals that I've gone through then. So we've got, what, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 deals that I've gone through. Barneveld has arrived. He was only a 700 grand arriving. There you go. That's the most important player that has arrived. Maximin Zagalko. And if there was any one player that I did not want to see get fucked up, that was the guy. This guy whose name escapes me, so we're just going to call him Mario, a forward, arrives for £1.5 million. Stefan Selakovic arrives for £2 million. Marvin Andrews, a nice solid centre-half, arrives for 800 grand. Anthony Letelic arrives from Liverpool for 425 grand. George Bolano, solid central midfielder, arrives for 1.9. And Roy Carroll. So, anybody else hasn't gone through. There was that French goalkeeper. We knew it was going to happen, didn't we? You know, there's no doubt it was going to happen. Am I tempted to try and bring in Luis Figo for 120 grand at the age of 35? Well, let's have a look. So, Roy Carroll, is he good enough to start? I mean, I don't think he is, to be honest with you. I mean, Pinto's not done too bad, to be fair. Pinto's not done too bad at all. So, we'll have to decide whether Pinto or Roy Carroll gets a nod there. So, we haven't actually managed to bring in as many players as what we would have wanted. Let's have a look at what's available to us on the Sedgeford. Nothing special, but do you know what? If we can get him on a free transfer, let's try and nab him. Peter Dix, never fucking heard of him. Peter Dix, never heard of him. We are going to play this game on the 16th, I think, guys. I think we should. It'd be fucking rude not to, wouldn't it? Zagalko will start. Barneveld. I mean, Barneveld wasn't that great a player, to be fair. Who's been playing in the hole? It's got to be this guy here, Mario. We'll call him Mario. Palermo. I'd like to sell Palermo. I really would like to sell Palermo and try and cash in on him. Letelic will be our bench boy. Van Barneveld will, I just think of the darts player when I keep saying that, will be our bench boy in the middle of the park. I think with Zagarar out injured, it's an obvious one who's going to play in the middle. It's going to be Bolano. Bolano will play in the middle. We have, so Bolano's a non-EC. Selakovic arrives. Right, okay, so we are starting to get some sort of lineup now. When Guti returns, we are going to start having a decent lineup. These 17-year-old kids, we brought them both up, didn't we, to try and utilise them. That one there, let's chuck him back into the reserves. In defensive midfield, Medina, Cano. I mean, who's a better? I think it's got to be Medina, isn't it? Medina will come in, and Cano be on the bench. In defence, who plays? I mean, we just haven't got. We've got a 16-year-old there, 16-year-old. But I think I'm going to throw the 16-year-old back into the resis. It's hard. It really is hard. I think. Did we just buy him? No, he's come from the resis, isn't he? The one who's the deal got fucked up. Well, Andrews is going to be involved. There's no doubt about that. Marvin Andrews will play. We need a right back. If Zabina's not going to be fit, so we haven't got a right back. How do you like that? We have not got a right back. We've got Puyol who's out suspended, and we've got Zabina who's out in. Oh no, I'm not talking about. Sorry. We have got a right back. So okay, so I think that is going to be our setup. We still need to really put in a second substitute. We're going to put the 17-year-old kid as a substitute as well. And Santa Marie or Romero. They're both actually not that bad of players. Okay, so still a lot of work to do. I mean, I knew a lot of those deals weren't going to get through. I just had to really keep my fingers crossed. We're going to have to look at what's on the scrap heap. But we are going to have this one game. What can Maximin Sagako do for us? Well, let's have a look, shall we? I'd like to think, right, our squad is worthy of certainly survival. And I think realistically, I mean, what a massive game this is. Look at this. We cannot afford to lose this game, can we? Shit in hell. Fuck me, this is and let's be honest, Guti's not going to be fit, is he? Guti's available, right, okay. I want Guti starting. I didn't realise he'd be available, to be honest with you. So he's resumed, so the young 17-year-old will come out. So Selakovic, this is quite interesting. I mean, it's got to bring the, I think, yeah, it's got to be that, isn't it? It's got to be that. Borgia will be on the bench, okay. Bolano's not fit. 88%. What? Do you know what? Fuck him. He can fucking play. He can deal with it. I'm not chopping and changing my team to suit someone not being fully fit. I've asked him, and he said he wants to play. You know, so Medina will be my new captain. Fuck it. Okay, this is absolutely massive. Not only do I need the victory here, I need a performance, and that's what I needed. That's the start I needed after 3 minutes. That's the start I needed after 5 minutes. This is absolutely massive. Not just the victory, but it's who I'm playing. It's the new players arriving. And obviously, it's not always a good thing to start chopping and changing with all your new signings and chucking them all in the lineup, because as it's proved in various other games that I participate in and various other people's games, it doesn't work. It backfires quite spectacularly. But you know what? This is a game that on paper I should probably win anyway. Let's just hope that we can keep the momentum going. Ideally, I don't want to concede. I want Roy Carroll to get a clean sheet. I think it's good for me to justify his place, and we've got it. 2-0 win. When the shit player is a player that only came in because of numbers, I can accept that. Valencia nil, Elche nil. Okay, this is game on. This is game on. Look at that. We are now at an all-time high of 15th place. And look at that. One more win could bring us right up. Right up. I'm just contemplating. I think maybe, guys, we should have that game against Elche. I think we should, shouldn't we? I'm sure you all agree, don't you? Let's have that game against Elche because I've got to get ready for work. If it don't get cancelled, that is. Which I'll know that in the next an hour. Right. What can I do? I can't do nothing. I'm just going to accept the $500,000. These kids in the reserves, I'm going to transfer list them in the hope that maybe we could recoup some money. Anything really, you know, we really need to try and pull anything off the scrap heap. Well, I'm not going to bother. He can stay as he is. I'm going to defend the player. Yeah, of course you're going to. Yeah. Well, you know, let's be fair. You've just had a long fucking ban, Poyal. Poyal's going to probably return. I rate Poyal in this game. Thank you. Poyal needs to play. I don't know why I'm pissed off, to be honest with you. I feel pissed off. But I'm certainly hoping that we're going to have more of a fully fit team going into the next game. A much stronger team. Poyal will return. Montoya. Montoya's done better than Poyal. Do you know what? Let's see if we can cash in on either of them. If I can cash in on either of them, and when I say either of them, I mean a transfer on either of them, you know, and I need to get it done ASAP. I need to get it done ASAP. There's no doubt about that. The fact that he's been blasted recently doesn't help. Montoya's obviously done better. Montoya's a non-EC, but I'm okay for non-ECs. It's no doubt about that. Figo, did we put a bid in for Figo? I don't know if an offer will. I don't know. Oh, fuck you! And the horse you rode in on. I know he's only on the bench. Okay, so 6-month instalments I'll happily take. They've rejected that, okay. Not prepared to give silly money. Okay, yeah, we'll definitely have the one more game. Calla, you know, we'll let him see out his contract. Isn't that a player that I'd like? Isn't that a player that I would like? We'll go for it anyway, shall we? We'll just fucking go for that. It ain't gonna happen. You and I both know that. Okay, we should be almost fully fit. Salako. Okay. I was hoping to get an offer in for one of those right backs, so either Montoya or Poyal. Oh, man! You've already seen it, haven't you? A few days, so... Oh, it frustrates me so much. I mean, I know I've got the... I've got a replacement. I get that. Even the young 17-year-old kid is now injured. He's actually worth £1.75 million. Frustrates me. Really frustrates me. Now that's interesting, isn't it? So this guy, Luis Carlos Cotero, he's in my seniors. He's under contract, but it's unprotected. And as you can see there, Elche have made an offer. He will join in the current window, and I'll be given £1.3 million. He can go. He can go. It's as simple as that. Okay. Let's hope we can give ourselves a nice Christmas present. Now, the Mexican transfer system, how does it work? Because I don't want to... Let's just see if they've got anybody of interest that might be interested in me. God, he'd be a good player, wouldn't he? Fuck me. I don't need a striker. That's a shit thing there. That is a real shit thing. I like him. I like him. I mean, there's some good... There are some good Mexicans. If you've got a little bit of patience, right, you can find some really good Mexican players. And I'm going to obviously potentially compromise the deal. It is going to compromise the deal. There's no doubt about that. I'm going to... what I'm doing is I'm trying to chuck in a few players... Trying to chuck in a few players that may agree. See, he's 32. Fuck. He's 30. I'm going to try... If he's unhappy, you see, you got a minimal chance of getting him, and he's unhappy. So do you know what? It's unlikely. It's very unlikely. But do you know what? Let's go for it. Okay, so we are all set then for this game. We need a bit. Oh man, I thought it was 5. Okay, well I think. Okay, well that's easy. That's an easy enough settled thing, isn't it? Okay, here we go. Deportivo against Elche. Come on, Maximum. Not that I'm relying on you, but... There he is. 24 minutes. There you go. Maximum Sigalko. I mean, in all fairness, right, a £4.1 million is an absolute steal for someone like Maximum. You all know what a prolific player he is, what a great striker he is. One thing I've now done on my ODB, my actual ODB itself, I've deleted a certain player out of it. I can't even, it's not worthy of being called a player because he's not a fucking player. Tony Madeira, I've deleted him out the database because since I've started a new network game, since I started this one, and I didn't want him in it. But he is in this game. He's in this game. So if I was to join a team and Madeira was to be there, I think I'd be pissed off. I think I'd have to sell him. Okay, so this is job done, isn't it? I was a little bit worried when they pulled one back. Fagini. I was going to say he had to be Italian. Fudge. But when I hear the name Fudge, you all know what I'm talking about. Fagini. Sigalko with 2. That is a massive, massive result. Sigalko, look at that. 2 games, a 9 and a 10, and 3 goals. Absolutely fucking crucial. Look where we are on the table. We climb right up to 12th place. It is game on now. It is fucking game on. Absolutely great. We should make some decent money, I think, in sort of merchandise and gate money. And we've got a great stadium. So that we're going to come to the conclusion now of part 14 of the 7'Up challenge, right? Where the next chapter of Deportivo in Spain is firmly up and running. And if you've got anything you want to know, anything you want to add, anything you want to critique, like some people, no names, Mark Whittaker, Gary Johnson, you know, I'm always happy to justify my actions, explain why I do what I do, you know. And as I said before, I'm not the only person that does this where I don't want to look at my game, particularly on big games, or go for a piss whilst the game's taking place or whatever. But if you have got anything you want to know within CM, anything you want to add, anything you want, something off topic but CM related, share it with us. And if you're not already there, right, there is a Championship Manager Arena Facebook group, right? Get your ass over there, right? Get your ass over there. There is a few Championship Manager groups available online on Facebook groups. But there's a Championship Manager Arena group. And the reason I'm saying that one there is because the 3 main admins of that particular group is myself and the great Mark Whittaker and Gary Johnson. And if you want some decent banter, right, some real, you know, no holds bar banter, that's where you go. There's also the Discord server, guys, which I'm part of. There's also the official Championship Manager website that you'll see a link amongst my links on the YouTube. However, that is currently running into technical difficulties, and I know no more. Till next time from me, guys, take it easy.